Hey guys, just thought today I'd show you how I clean up my skulls. There's lots of stuff out there, but I just thought I'd show you how I do it. There's a few different ways you can do things. If it's got antlers, I like to boil it out, then bleach it basically. But if it's just like a pig skull, one of the things I always do is just chuck it in a bucket of water and forget about it for a while, and it'll build up bacteria in that water that will then eat away all the flesh. You leave it for a couple weeks, you tip it out, it'll smell gross, so don't do it near your house, do it like back corner of your garden or something, and then you can bleach it and it comes up really nice. But I'll show you what I've got today. This is my deer skull that I shot the other day. Not the other day, about a week ago now, and I've just had him sitting in water. So he's a bit stinky and all that sort of stuff, but the reason I did that was I didn't have time to deal with him straight away, and I didn't want the meat to harden up that was on there. All I've done from getting him is I've skinned him out and I've cut off the worst of the meat, and the rest I'll boil off. So I'll show you the next step and then we'll go from there. So I'm just boiling up a big pot of water, and the only thing I've added into here is some dishwashing liquid, and that's to help cut through all of the fats from the skull and help it clean out. So I'm gonna actually cook it. I'm gonna just get this really, really hot and boiling here, and then I'll move it outside so that I don't stink up the house. Got the head in here. What I do is I pour it out. I'm going to add some boiling water out of the kettle now just to fill it up. And I've attached a coat hanger just around here just to keep the antlers off the rim. And then now that I've got this all set up, I'll add more water instead of trying to get the water right, because you don't want the water touching the antlers or the coronets. And I'll show you that now. On the Weber, I've just set this up as a bit of a windbreak, and it's in this corner. You can see the water's not actually touching the coronets on either side. Oh, actually maybe it is a little bit, but I'll adjust that now. And you don't want this as a raging boil, you just want it like little simmer, because if what you can do is you can actually overboil the skull, and you'll make the bones a bit weak. So you just want a real gentle boil, let it slowly simmer away for a couple hours until all of that meat's loose. Just added a bit of tin foil because I wanted this part wasn't getting wet, and this way it'll steam in there a little bit as well. It'll also keep this a bit warmer and help it boil a bit more and that sort of shit. So, and I've just wrapped this around the these tines because it's steaming them, and I don't want it to lose color under there. So it'll just help protect that a little bit more. You can see, because there's all that steam coming up, and it will actually rub the color in, because this color is just from them rubbing on the trees. So you can actually wash it off, but I like it on, so still all protected, and just keeping an eye on it. Probably another hour or two, and it should be ready to high pressure wash. All right, so it's been steaming away for about 2 hours now, and you can see when I just check it and check little bits of meat, like it's all kind of pretty much wanting to come off. So I'm going to pull it out and we'll high pressure hose it and see how it goes, and I'll show you the next step. So round 2 of boiling. I've added some like little bit of bleaching washing powder in there just to help break off this fat and then bleach that bone a little bit. And you can see I've actually sunk it down this little bit, I really want to break this down, so I'm probably not going to give it too long. You know, this probably only needs about half an hour, 20 minutes or so, to break off that last bit of fat and everything, and then it should be good for one last high pressure hose. So you can see, got all of the gunk off, made sure to clean out the brain cavity. It's all, there's no gelatin on it, no nothing, just needs to be bleached now, and happy days. Hey legends, so a lot of the footage you've just seen is super old. Like, I say super old, but like last year, so about a month and a half, 2 months ago. I was meant to peroxide up the skull and finish it, not bleach. I said that earlier in the video, but actually supposed to use peroxide. And I knew that I was just saying the wrong thing. So yeah, you're supposed to use peroxide and that'll whiten the skull, but I haven't been able to get it where I live, and I haven't been to any of the big cities around me to actually get it. So it's been a bit of a pain, but I'll show you what I've done in the meantime. I've got my skull here, all mounted up. You can see couple months, it's still looking good. The peroxide will just take away, you know, the little bit of mold staining and just make it nice and white. And you can see what I've done here is I've actually just taken some wire for the hook and I've putting it through there. And that works really well. I do it with all my skulls and it sits really nicely on the wall. And that's just how I do it. That's how I pretty much do it. And yeah, so you just got to peroxide up the skull. Plenty of videos and information on that. You can get peroxide cream like I've used from hairdressers, or from the chemist sometimes sells it. And that works really well. Or if you get pure peroxide from like a pool shop, that also works. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this and I'll see you on the next one.